Good morning. Drink your coffee. Welcome to our new podcast, Fighting Duality. Fighting Duality.
Step out of the darkness into the light.
I'm talking about the dog.
I know the world is round.
World brand, and we. How's it
I
going?
love that. Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm going to have to tweak that a little bit, but I still like it.
Oh yeah, definitely a keeper. Told
Well,
you last time
so,
we were on here, I said it as your ringtone, didn't I?
oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. I got to figure out how to do that. 'Cause that's a, yes. I got to figure out how to load it. And I'm not that technical advanced on this iPhone, so
Android.
I might have to wait until I get a newer iPhone. So,
My phone. Go Android.
now, you know what? Don't start with me, boy. I used to like Androids, and I still kind of do. But if I had to choose, I'm an i guy now.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. So
Yeah, go ahead.
I made coffee, right? And my kiddo bought me an espresso machine.
Man, if you were
For my
looking for an espresso machine, I'd have bought you one. I got one.
man. This one's all right. She bought me a little grinder and everything. I've got like 6 shots of espresso in my coffee cup
Nice.
and creamer. There's no like regular brewed coffee in there. It's like 6 shots of espresso. My heart might actually explode.
Dude, I tell you what, we've got an espresso machine, and I think we've used it once, and it's got the little frother thingy on it, and
Yep,
all
I've
that
got
good
one of those
stuff.
too.
If I knew you were looking for one, I could have made you a heck of a deal. But
Well, unless it was free, I'm saving up for a new PC so I can actually run more
well, I
than just what we're doing.
said I'd make you a heck of a deal on it. But so,
Oh,
well, we have a new president,
hell yeah, we do.
and I just want to say I haven't seen a man beat a woman like that in ever. Well, wait a minute, that came out bad.
what gets
Uh,
me is he's not even in office yet, and every country around the world is like, we're done.
right? Yeah, I saw that
Well,
Hamas is
welcome
pulling out
back.
of Israel. Yeah,
Freaking Ukraine and Russia are like, well, yeah, we're how about we talk negotiations here?
see, I
Hamas
hadn't
is like,
heard.
bullshit. We saw what happened to Soleimani last time.
He's got the picture of our houses. Yes.
Israel
So,
was like, welcome back.
right? Yeah, nobody likes him, but yet everybody's, yeah, okay.
They don't have to like you. They just got to respect you, and they respect the shit out of that man.
Exactly. Exactly. And I was watching the news the night of the election, and one lady was like, well, one of the reporters was talking to some other, they were supporting the other side, and one voter said, I don't like the man. I can't stand him. I think he's arrogant and all this other stuff, but man, I'm definitely going to have to switch my vote.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was watching the election live, sitting there in my raft, waiting on the Trail of Tears, different Trail of Tears, mind you.
Right.
But yeah, it was bad. Bro, the amount of suicides that have happened because of this election, these people are deranged.
What?
Oh my God, man. Between the women shaving their heads and swearing off sex for the next 4 years, you have these extreme left brainwashed people that are killing themselves because Donald Trump won the election.
Wow.
The
It's not that
suicide rate
serious,
from,
folks.
oh, dude, apparently it is.
Wow. I haven't heard anything like that. But
Trump derangement syndrome is what they call it.
and mental health is not a problem in America?
No.
I
I mean, with
mean,
all the free drugs that we're giving away in vending machines.
that's wow. Yeah, I hadn't heard that.
New York. Have you heard what New York just did as of
No,
yesterday?
no.
They cut off their funding for the illegal immigrants for their food stamps.
Good.
Yep.
Well, and
Uh, yesterday as well, Mexico turned back a caravan of people. Said that shit ain't happening anymore. Go home.
right. It's amazing how big of a message has been sent. He's not even in office yet.
I know. I do have one request, and I know we're a small time little gig here, and nobody really listens to us except for the 16 followers that we have. But
Yeah, right.
if Donald Trump actually hears this, we demand our money back from Ukraine.
Uh,
We
Man,
want
I'm,
it
I'm kind
back.
of on the fence on that.
I know.
I'm on the fence on that because the way I look at it, you know, Ukraine uh, is the little man, so to speak, and of course got attacked by the big, well-funded bully, and it wasn't fair. Now, I do believe that it could have been handled differently, but to
Well,
not support them, I don't. I'm not
see,
for
I
that.
have a problem supporting them when they're taking the money that we're giving them, and Zelensky, of all people, is buying yachts and mansions here in the U.S., specifically in Florida.
Now, if that is the case, absolutely
You can look up the financial the housing records.
right.
Zelensky bought a mansion near Mar-a-Lago
Wow.
shortly after receiving his large chunk of donations from our current sitting puppet.
And that's sad because when my wife was over there, dude, it was sad. I mean, they had very little and they struggled, but you know what? Those she met a lot of good people over there, and their faith and their fight, to believe or not to believe what they not to fight for what they believe in, but their fight just to keep their home, their country is amazing, you know.
I'm kind of
And
up in the air on it because there are a lot of people in that country that want Russia to take back over because they're in such poverty.
right, well, I mean, change your leadership.
I mean, it's
That's a start.
well, it's hard to uproot a dictator, especially one that's in theater.
Well, I'm just saying, everybody that she met over there in the small town or village or whatever they call it, um, man, it was nobody wanted Russia. They just wanted to be left alone. And here they are coming over and destroying everything they've ever worked for.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I get that too.
you
You,
know,
have you heard? Have you heard what China's done over there?
no.
So, China sent troops over to Ukraine to fight, and these men have never been introduced to the internet. Well, Starlink was introduced over there, and excuse me. So these Chinese soldiers are all addicted to porn.
What?
They're all addicted to porn. They were
Oh,
sent over there to
what?
fight, and they can't get them out of the barracks.
That's disgusting.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it's funny, but it's disgusting at the same time. You know what I mean?
How did your military fall? Well, Pornhub.
Wow. Oh,
Uh,
goodness.
it was brought to
Wow.
my attention, speaking of the hub, it was brought to my attention that in the state of Oklahoma, you are now required, if you are going to look at an adult site such as the hub, you are now required to show your photo ID and prove that you are 18 or older.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're trying to deter.
I thought it was funny. I could just sit there and picture all the people that are addicted to it, and they're like,
Not
uh,
today.
you can have my ID, but not my driver's license.
Right? No,
God.
no, not happening. I ain't got to worry about that with me.
Me
Oh,
either.
Lord. That's,
The
they
last
just
thing
showed
I
me
need
a
my
list.
the last thing I need my FBI agent to do is look at my history. Oh, this
So,
dude's so hard up he showed his ID for it.
you bring this up, and
I think he went
I
into a dead
didn't.
zone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
sound like Wally for a second.
I was very. I did not realize this was an issue until I went to vote. But one of the questions on the ballot was, do you agree to make it a law that you have to be a U.S. citizen to vote in Oklahoma? And I was like, what? You mean to tell me we've been letting illegal immigrants vote?
Yeah, I saw that too.
I was like, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, what happened to valid ID?
So that brought me to another question: was how many illegals are coming out to vote no on that, and then it passes as no.
Yeah.
Because think about when they passed state questions 780 and 781. It decriminalized a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it
I
did.
mean, and it's ridiculous because now it's like, oh, you want to go steal $500 worth of stuff? Guess what? That's a misdemeanor.
Right?
And I was like, so, when they passed that, every pothead in the state came out to vote, and that's how it got passed. Because
Oh yeah.
anybody in their right mind wouldn't have passed that.
That's the same thing with oh, what is that? Pardon me. Um I watched a guy get stopped and they pulled out a baggie of meth and they just confiscated it and sent him on his way.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is that about? Well, it's not enough to actually charge him. Dude, what?
Yeah, you can charge them a misdemeanor, but it's a slap on the wrist now. I remember back in the day, well, before they passed that, if you had a gram, it was a felony. Now
Really?
you have to have 20 grams before it's a felony.
Holy crap.
You can have 19 grams, it's a misdemeanor. Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
And then they're just
However,
turning around and letting these people right back out.
yeah, because if you have over 19 grams, it's considered trafficking.
Damn. 19 grams is personal use, 20 grams is trafficking.
Yes.
Makes a whole lot of sense to me, buddy.
However, if you have a half a gram of fentanyl mixed in with your 5 grams of meth, it's a felony because you're trafficking fentanyl.
Interesting.
Yeah. You just got to have, I think it's half a gram or a gram. I'd have to look. But yeah, that's the only one that makes it a felony now is fentanyl. So if you got fentanyl in it, it's trafficking. It's felony.
Jesus. So, speaking of drugs, and me and you both know the cost of certain drugs on the street,
Right.
but do you know how much, say, like Ozempic or Manjaro goes for at the pharmacy.
You talking about for a pill?
No, the weight loss shots
Right, I know. Okay, so the shot per shot?
for a 1 month supply, 4 shots.
Okay, so it's a 1 week, once a week
Yeah,
dosage.
yeah.
Okay, how much is in that dosage?
I don't know. I couldn't
Okay,
tell you right offhand.
so if I had to guess, per shot would probably be a few $100s.
Let's see. So Manjaro goes for $1,300 for a month's supply.
Okay,
So just over $400 a shot, or $300 a shot.
sounds about right.
That shit is expensive as hell, son.
Yeah, yep. Well, and it's actually, well, the Ozempic is actually for diabetics, but then they figured out that it's a good weight loss tool. So now, here you go. We can make more money off one.
Yeah. But here's the kicker is even though you have diabetes, your insurance won't cover Ozempic.
Unless it's a,
It'll cover Manjaro,
right.
but
But
it won't cover Ozempic.
if it's for diabetes, it should.
It doesn't.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because I know that, it's kind of like going to the dentist or the optometrist. If you have to, if you're, if you got an overbite and you want it fixed, your overbite has to be so big before the insurance will cover it. If it's under that certain spec, they won't cover
How big are we talking? Like a T-Rex?
it. I mean,
I
maybe
got
like a
little
Simpsons,
arms.
right? Uh, and then, like for LASIKs, if it's because most LASIKs is cosmetic. If they deem it's cosmetic, they will not cover it. But if it's something that can improve your health, then they will. That makes
Interesting.
it like your overbite. If you're having problems chewing and eating because your overbite's so damn big, then insurance will cover it. But if you can eat just fine, they're not going to cover
Man, if you got an overbite that's that damn big, it's quality of life because you're getting made fun of.
it.
I'm just gonna be real here.
I mean, I've got a real nasty. I could say something that that people listening would be like, "Oh God, that's disgusting." So I'm just going to leave it alone. But it's a great way to tell if you've got an overbite.
Very true.
But I'm just going to leave it at that.
I think I know where you're going with it. And
Yes.
I think it's best that we just leave that one off. Oh Lord. So
Yeah.
the holy shit.
Yeah. Those. I'm just going
I
to have to leave it. I want to, but I can't. I just can't. I'm just going to
rah,
leave it right there.
rah, rah, I can't get the image of a T-Rex out of my head now. Thanks a lot. I'm the king of
Oh,
the forest, but this overbite and these short arms got me screwed. Rawr.
oh Lord. So, well, speaking of weird stuff, I guess it's weird stuff. Your T Rex is pretty weird. Um,
Yeah.
I haven't had time
Hey,
to look up or research that if it says don't, somebody did. But, but I do have a new thing I want to bring up on these episodes.
all right.
And I've thought of a name for it. Well, I've been bouncing around a couple of names for what to call this segment. But I think I'll just keep it simple for now. And if I come up with something different, I will. So for right now, it's called Wandering Thoughts. Because,
Wandering thoughts. Okay.
for my job, I do a lot of driving in 12 hours. There's a lot of windshield time. There's a lot of random stuff will just enter my head, and I'm like, oh, okay, never thought of that. So now this one, I'll probably get made fun of, but I don't care. So my wondering thought for this episode is, and driving this rural area for 12 hours, there's not very many bathrooms. So, you know, thankfully it's rural and there's plenty of dark places to pull over and piss. Which got me to thinking, is the proper term piss like a rushing racehorse, like rushing in a hurry, or piss like a Russian racehorse, like Russian, like a Russian?
That's a good question. Oh, Jesus, my head hurts.
So, because I was like, wait a minute. Because depends on who you talk to, it sounds like they're saying, I got to piss like a Russian racehorse. Well, I don't think I've ever seen a horse from Russia race. But,
Well, he doesn't come out of the chute with an accent.
I mean, but is that why? I mean, horses that have to piss, they don't really rush. They just piss. I mean, you
Well,
see
I
them in
mean,
parades all the time. They just let their shit go as they're walking. I mean, they're multitasking.
yeah, but I heard that, like, when they're
Of course,
running, like, at the Kentucky Derby, for instance,
right?
that they put rubber bands around their junk so they don't.
So do they piss while they're running?
No, they put rubber bands to cut the circulation off until they get done running.
Well, that's what I'm
That's
saying. If they didn't do that, would they be pissing while they were running?
probably.
Because I've never seen a horse piss. Not that I've ever gone out and say, hey, I need to see a horse piss.
I need to collect a sample.
We're gonna make it powdered.
Oh God.
We need some powdered horse piss.
Nay.
Damn it!
I need a soundboard.
Right?
I need a freaking soundboard. So whenever we say some dumb shit,
Let's go
well,
into
that gives people the opportunity to comment on the video.
right.
Is it Russian or rushing?
So with you saying that, I'm gonna say that it's rushing. But you know, us here with some country accents, we're gonna say Russian, and it's gonna come out. We don't enunciate the G.
Hell no, we don't.
It's Russian,
It's
not
Russian.
not Russian as in the country, but Russian as in a hurry. Make haste. Skedaddle,
Mach
vamonos.
schnell, mach schnell.
My dad used to tell me, make haste.
Oh Lord. My dad
So,
used to tell me move your ass.
well, there was that too, yes. Or just flat out, get the fuck out of the way.
Right? Damn it, son, I told you to hold the flashlight right here. So
Yeah.
on our next podcast, we're gonna have a special guest join us and tell us about their Bigfoot encounter.
You think he was Russian?
No, I think he needs to enunciate.
Right? That could be it too. I got to piss like a Russian Sasquatch.
A wood booger.
A Russian woodbugger, yes. Skunk ape.
Oh Lord, those are just free to pee.
What do you think the swamp's made out of?
Oh, gross. I knew it was a bit salty and had some tang to it.
So yeah, that's my new thing is wondering thoughts.
Man, I got wandering thoughts, but not. Well, you said wondering, not wandering. I've
Ooh, there's another one.
I've got wandering thoughts.
Is that with an O or an A?
We're gonna go with country.
So no, it would be with an O. Wandering, not wandering like wanderingly. What? I can't even talk right now.
We're just gonna
Uh,
go with country. Country accent.
yes. Yep.
Wandering with country.
Well, it's like wash.
Wash
Who
or
the hell put
ice
the R in wash?
because it's washing.
It's washing. I do say wash. I don't. I can't stand the R.
Get the clothes out of the washing machine.
I don't say it with a hard R.
That's like the word sandwich. I say sandwich.
Sandwich. Yes.
I need a
Sandwich.
sandwich.
Well, I mean, they don't call the manwich stuff. They don't call it mandwich. It's manwich.
It's which.
Oh Lord,
So
yes.
when I first moved to Oklahoma, I transplanted from South Texas. And I'll never forget it because I went into the school and the student counselor was taking me through a walkthrough, showing me the school and, introducing me to my teachers and stuff like that.
Right.
And apparently I had a really thick Texas accent when I moved
What?
here because I had to say the word ice over and over and over again because I said ice.
Okay, I don't see a problem.
Apparently, it was so damn thick way back when that she got a massive kick out of it. And I
Okay.
was in a new school trying to make friends. So I went along with the stupid shit. And I realized just how stupid it was when I had to say it like 30 damn times. But I get told all the time as an adult now that I have a very strong country accent.
I see what you did there. You know, really, I don't see any difference between us and Texas.
I do a little bit.
Even Southern Texas. Now, I mean, there might be a little more banjo and hillbilly with it, but I mean, if you're over there by Nacogdoches or that kind of borders Louisiana, and you get South Louisiana, South Texas over in that area, I mean, they do
There's
talk funny.
there's a huge difference from
Yeah.
like Beaumont
Now,
to
I will say from, well, even northern Louisiana, Arkansas, there's just a little less teeth in their enunciation. Okay. Maybe a lot less teeth.
and a whole lot more shine.
There, you got a lot more inbred in that accent. If you're from Louisiana or Arkansas, I'm sorry, it's just how I see it.
Oh, we're trying to get viewers, not get rejected. We kidding. We love you.
It's not a D. Don't take it so hard.
That's what she said.
But so yeah, that wow.
Yeah, you get down in the Beaumont area though, man. The Beaumont, they got more of a. Let's see if I can even kind of reiterate it. It's South Texas says Beaumont,
Right.
and then you get into Beaumont, and they say Beaumont.
Well, that's like southern Louisiana, or not southern, northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas.
Yeah,
You
Cajun,
know,
but
no,
almost
no,
the
no.
verge of country.
There is no Cajun in northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas. That's all southern Louisiana, down in the bayous.
You
But
you you get that twang though.
but you get up in northern Arkansas, and they don't say Ville, they say Vull.
Oh yeah,
They don't say
Louisville.
Christmas, They call it Christmas. What are you doing for Christmas? Did you say grimace? Grimace?
Grimace.
I mean,
No, not the big purple thing from McDonald's.
right? Yeah. So I'm just whatever. Okay.
It's so funny because they'll say things like Christmas, but they'll say
Right.
McDonald's. They'll
Oh,
emphasize the A in Mac.
I say McDonald's.
I say Mickey D's.
I say McDonald's police.
Of course, I personally don't like McDonald's. I think it's trash and
I do
garbage,
too.
and they never get your order right. So we actually
Ronald,
quit going there.
I'm just going to throw this disclaimer, Ronald. We didn't expect a donation or sponsor anyway, so
Yeah,
your ice
you can
cream
take
machine
that.
is broke.
I was gonna say you can take that donation and fix your damn ice cream machine.
Yeah, I don't know what good it's going to do because I ain't going to eat it.
The poor suckers that are actually eating it might benefit them a little bit. Of
Tell you what,
course,
you want a good
Sonic has gone downhill too. So
man. That's what my wife was saying because you know, in my little old town, we got Sonic or McDonald's, and if I had to choose, it's going to be Sonic. But man, they're expensive.
yeah, I didn't expect to sell a left nut to eat fast food anymore, but we've started
Man,
cooking more at home because I mean,
yeah,
honestly, it tastes better. I can add flavor to it instead of
right.
worrying what's in the meat.
Well, you can. Yeah, there's that too. I went to the grocery store the other night, and went to their meat counter and was looking because my wife wanted some steaks. First, she wanted a roast, which they didn't have a single beef roast.
Wow.
And it was gutted out, and I was looking at their meat, and I was like, "What in the world?" And then they had some cube steak there, and it was white.
What?
And on the sticker, it said mechanically tenderized. And I was like, "Oh, not today, you don't.
Not today, Satan.
No, no, no." And I was like, "That doesn't even look healthy."
So at the top of the hour here, we had said that Trump's been put in office, and the part that I'm looking forward to the most, yeah, Trump has a lot of great things that he's going to be doing. But the part that I'm looking forward to the most is actually what RFK Jr. is planning on doing for the food industry and for us.
Yeah,
Getting rid of all the fluoride and the yellow fives and the red dyes, and I mean actually giving a shit and making food healthy again. I could
yeah.
care
Get
less
away from
if
the steroids and the hormones and the
yes. I mean, if you go to a
yeah.
butcher and have a cow butchered and they process hamburger meat for you, it's a different color than what's in the meat market.
Oh, absolutely.
And my
And tastes a
God,
lot better.
oh yeah. But I had a family member that had no idea that they added red dye to the hamburger meat at the supermarket.
Really.
And yeah, oh my gosh. I'm not going to mention their name because we don't talk, we don't get along. But
I think that was last episode, wasn't it?
no, yeah. But they I had the package of meat sitting on the counter, and the red liquid had leaked all over the counter as it normally does because
That's
supermarket.
blood.
Yeah, that's what she's like. She's like, "Oh my god, all the blood's all over the counter." I'm like, "That's not blood, that's dye. That's water and dye." She's like, it's blood." I'm like, "Really? Have you ever seen blood from your skin come out that color?" Well, no. I was like, "What the hell makes you think that a cow's going to be any different?" Blew
Well,
her mind. She's 8 years older than me.
I mean,
I'm
there is a
almost
little
40.
bit of blood in it. A
Oh,
little bit.
Not that I've seen, because they process it. Dude, I'm not even going to go into how they actually process that meat.
Do we need to go back to the Earth is round and flat? No, I agree with you. The meat you buy at the supermarket on the shelf is I mean it's been I
For
mean
lack of better terms,
it's
genetically
processed food.
fucked with.
I mean it's processed meat,
Yeah.
but
But
you'll still
like I
get
said,
salmonella from the chicken.
yeah, God. I'm really looking forward to seeing what RFK Jr. is going to do. And they're actually giving the power to the people. My wife was telling me that there's a website that you can go on and you can nominate people for different jobs with working with him. They're not just
Really,
going to they're not just going to appoint people. They're going to be basically elected in.
really.
Yeah, and any Joe Schmo can if you wanted to go on that website and put your name in, you could do it.
Dude, I'll nominate my wife.
I mean, it's I'll have to send you the link to that. But I'm really, really, really looking forward to seeing what he's got, because my sister-in-law went over to the UK for 2 weeks, and she said the food didn't taste as good, but there was a lot less. There was no processing, there was no dyes, there was none of the extra BS that comes in our food. And she
Right.
actually lost weight being over there. She said she ate more, but she lost weight.
Really,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Um,
They don't serve ice in their fountain drinks either,
no.
which I think is
Uh, Fellow I
whatever.
follow on TikTok, he went over to Italy for almost a month. Came back 28 pounds lighter. He said, I ate like a king. I ate tiramisus. I ate all this junk and whatnot. I ate pastas and pizzas. And he said, I ate everything that I would eat here. If I ate it here, I'd gain 10 pounds. I
Right.
lost 28 pounds. He's like, and the food tasted so much better.
Oh yeah, I would love to go to Italy just to eat, or actually on my bucket list is to go to Greece. I
Greece
would
would
love
be
to go to
fun.
Greece. I've
Greece would
got
be a
family in
blast.
Greece, so I would love to go over there.
I want to go to Norway. I just think it would be an amazing trip. Norway, Ireland, Scotland. I want to go see the Highlands.
That was a good movie in the '80s.
Yeah, it was.
um, Highlander, not Highlands. Anyways, so well, man. So our next episode, you're going to have two guests come on and talk about their Squatch.
Yeah, they had an encounter with a Sasquatch. I'm not 100% sure. They haven't told me the entire story yet,
Okay,
but I'm sure we're both going to be enthralled with what they have to say.
sweet. Well,
To
I'm going
make
to
it
say,
even better, it's local.
oh, that's even cooler. Yeah.
Yeah, local, like close to me, local.
Okay. Sweet. Well, I'm going to say until next time, till the next
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, definitely.
Hit us up on Gmail, fightingduality at gmail.com. Check
Yeah,
out our YouTube, check out our Spotify, Fighting Duality, and click,
like,
like,
comment,
notify.
subscribe.
Absolutely. Do all that stuff. If you've got a story or a wondering thought, shoot, put it in there. We'll bring it up. We can't think of everything.
It
So
would be nice if people would comment on there what they want us to talk about.
Yes, it
At
would.
least we can run with that, instead of having to come up with content all on our own, which we don't mind doing. But,
Yeah.
everybody, I know people don't like to hear us just ramble on like a couple of bumbling idiots all the time.
Well, sometimes it's pretty entertaining. Most of the time,
It,
it's pretty entertaining.
it is.
So,
I have a lot of fun with it. And
yeah,
I had somebody tell me, it's like, you guys have been best friends forever. Well, pretty much, yeah.
yeah,
We have a
for,
lot of fun doing what we do.
for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But all right, folks. Until the next episode, when we have the personal Squatch story, uh, we will see you then.
Absolutely, guys. Have a good one. Good morning. Drink your coffee. Welcome to our new podcast, Fighting Duality. Fighting Duality.
Step out of the darkness into the light.
I'm talking about the dog.
I know the world is round.
World brand, and we